So hi all, this is just a use case that I have picked up for secure access to the storage accounts uh, using service endpoints and VNet whitelisting. Uh, this will be done using Terraform and using the standard uh, workflow that we discussed in last two videos. So what I have done is I have deployed a virtual machine. It's the same configuration file used in last uh, in the security overview video. So which takes the data, it takes the password from keyboard and all those things. What I have also done is I have just deployed a storage account with a container with a log file in place so that we can test this. And if I go to that container in Azure, if I go to okay, let me first show you. I have connected. This is I have RDP to that VM and I have connected to the storage account uh, using access keys, and I am using Azure Storage Explorer so that I can show you the in a GUI way. But in normal scenarios, the application what it uses is it uses easy copy, which is a command in PT, and that's how it interacts and does operations with the blobs and storage accounts. So, but for example, I have to take this Storage Explorer, which is a free of cost application that Azure provides, and I have connected to my storage account using access keys. So, about access keys, these are access keys are like connection strings that will be used to connect to the storage account, and we can. There is also way to rotate these in regular periods. Uh, uh, Depending on the policy and other things. So that's how it works. And now if I go to the networking, what I wanted to show you is to see it is enabled from all networks and public network access is enabled from all networks. So what this means is anyone from anywhere from the internet can access the storage account if they use the access keys. So what does this means is it is just a network access means it will be reachable from all the networks. The storage account is reachable from all networks. Now let's say we want to only restrict it to this particular subnet in which this VNet is placed. So we can do that uh, using this option, which is a firewall inbuilt firewall option. So if I click here and I have to add that virtual network, add an existing virtual network, and add that will add the subnet which in which this VM is hosted, and then uh, all, the public access will only be allowed for this particular VM, and from anywhere in the world it will be restricted. So that's how it works. So let me show you first without adding anything, without whitelisting anything. If I disable this and if I save, so this will be only from selected virtual networks and IP addresses. So now basically we have to whitelist, and since I have not whitelisted anything, if I go back to my VM, if I refresh, if I try to download this file, okay, now it's transferring. Let me see. If I refresh. Okay, now it takes time to reflect the changes. So now if you see, the request is not authorized. So what this means is it is blocked at the firewall level of the storage account. It doesn't mean that my access keys are correct. This may be misguiding, but it just means that it is blocked at the firewall level. So I can't see that. If you see, I can't see that now. So now what we need to do is we need to add that subnet here so that uh, only public access from this particular subnet will be allowed. And one more thing we need to do to enable this, which is important in a real time scenario. So let me revert back now because we will be doing this via Terraform and using that GitHub workflow. I'm just reverting it back now. And one more thing we need to do is at the VNet level, we would need to enable something called as service endpoint for that particular subnet. So if I go to subnets, so this is the subnet which has the VM, and I have to enable this service endpoint, uh, Microsoft.storage, and if the service endpoint is in a different region, then we have to enable this global as well. But for now, uh, it's in the same region, so we have to enable this and then click on save. So what this does is, uh, in a normal scenario, what happens is this subnet will be having a lot of route tables, and uh, all the route tables will uh, forward all the internet traffic straight to your firewall, which can be an Azure firewall, or it also can be uh, a network virtual appliance like a Palo Alto firewall or any firewall that your company is using. So and that from that firewall it goes to the internet, and that will be through public internet. So once we add the service endpoint here, what happens is it will bypass all that route, and public uh, this access will happen through Microsoft Backbone. So it won't go through your default route tables. Instead, it will go through Microsoft Backbone network. Now the access will still be using public, and access will still uh, be publicly, but not via the public internet. So that's the difference. So it is secure, more secure compared to the public route. Uh, so that's what we need to do in order to have this uh, setup. So now let's see how to do this for Terraform. Uh, Let me go to my. So as we discussed, we have to add a service endpoint to my subnet, which we just saw is Microsoft. This is the service endpoint. So that's one step. Second step is to go to the storage account and have to add a network rule. We have to change the network rule. Default action will be deny, and mm, let's see the documentation. Storage account. So let's see the storage account using network rules. That's what we need. Virtual network subnet IDs. Yeah. So we have to basically whitelisting that subnet. Uh, so default action will be denied. If I go to virtual network subnet IDs and go to pass that. Now here the good part is we are managing that subnet also via Terraform. So I can simply use a reference expression to get that ID. So I will fetch that ID and give it to the network group. So that's the two steps we have to do. Let me modify this first before pushing and format it because myself. Format. Yeah, so if you see, it is going to change the default action to deny, and it will be whitelisting this subnet. And another thing which it will be doing is, why is it not showing? Yeah, I've not saved it. Let's save this. So I've saved the file. Let me put the format here. And, yeah. So now it will be adding the endpoint and it will be doing the white testing as well. So this is fine. This is what we want. I'll go back. I will push the changes. I'm pushing the changes. So let's go to my GitHub. Go to my actions. You see it triggered a pipeline, which is a plan pipeline. So it will be formatting a plan, which will trigger the apply pipeline. This is the same as discussed in the infrastructure overview video. So okay, format a plan. Okay. So we'll be doing the two actions. One is add the endpoint. Another action is just to change the firewall to invite this subnet. So I'm good with this. I'm good with the plan. So let me approve this. This is the apply pipeline, which automatically got triggered. Now I already reviewed it, so I'll approve. Let it apply. Let's just do this. Takes around a minute. It's fine. Yeah, now it is complete. Now let's see that in the storage account first. Now if I go to my okay, let's see this in VNet since it's already open. Now if I go to my service endpoints, okay, I refresh this. If I go to my subnet, yeah, if you see now it is enabled, storage is enabled, so it's nice. And if I go to my storage account, if I go to my networking, and here if you see it only enabled from selected and only this one selected. So only public, it will be only publicly accessible from connections made using this uh, connections coming from this virtual network. So that's what it means. Uh, so let's see this now. Let's test it. Now if I go back, as you can see, it was not authorized. Now let me refresh again, and now I can see this. Now I can see the block file. This is the same block file. So that was the video. And one more thing that I would add is once we do this, we also have to whitelist uh, uh, the source IP from where the connections is being made uh, that uses the Terraform. So what it means is, let's say you have a dedicated environment, you are running Terraform or running GitHub, you have dedicated uh, environment and it has dedicated IPs, then you will need to whitelist those, because what happens is, as the Terraform manages this resource and it generates a plan, it makes an API call to the to that resource, and if we don't whitelist it, that call is going to fail, and so hence that Terraform won't be able to manage it. So that's another thing that we need to take care. But I don't right now. I can't do it because I don't have a dedicated environment. I'm using open source GitHub. Uh, so I will be just reverting it back and then destroying these resources. So that was the video. And to see this file, to see this, so to see this content is the same. Let me show this here. So this is the file. Okay. So that was the video of how we can securely access using Azure Backbone, secure public access to select VNets using Azure Backbone. So thank you.